which is a shame because it's going to be quite an easy day, to be fair. Although, why did I just say that? Why would you say that, Matt?
So I wasn't about to get out, and there was no one with me, so I would have just locked myself in the loft. Actually, yeah, put these little LED lights in. That's the Hayfley system as well, actually, with the light ropes that I used to use. Okay, good morning. It's Wednesday morning. If you're brand new and you've just landed on the channel, essentially this channel is about me making things in my workshop. It's all carpentry and joinery related, then going and fitting those things out on jobs. Most of my work's domestic. Pretty much all of my work's domestic, to be honest with you. Yeah, and if you're not new, you will know that last week I finished those wardrobes and I also installed some worktops. Then I had like a bit of a long weekend, which I've extended into a slightly longer weekend, which is why it's Wednesday. Yeah, and basically, there's not going to be a lot I'm going to film today. I have been working, I've worked yesterday as well. Essentially what I'm trying to do is sort out these wardrobes, which are for the same house, and I've got another room to do. And I'm just trying to finalise them, and it's taking a little bit longer than I thought, which is my doing. It's just, you know, it's nothing to do with the customer on this time. Yeah, and basically, so I'm just trying to get those finalised. I've got, again, just these jobs I just like to bring forward, these little jobs, so I'm jumping on those. And I've got a little something, I've done this a while ago, I filmed, so in a minute you're just going to sneak into a little section of me making something, and you'll see at the end what it is. So I did this a while ago and I made the van tidy. So that's really what I'm going to do this afternoon, amongst making these frames I've got to make for these doors here. Yeah, for those doors, which I pre-brought in, or brought in. That's simply because the customer wanted them made, which is why they inquired with me, but there was no need for them to be made. I was only going to make them to a size that I could near on buy, so it's just easier to adjust the opening. Yeah, and it was based on the picture they sent me as well, so you know, what's the point in making a door a picture they've sent me when I can pretty much just adjust the opening, and it saves them money really. But I have got to make the frame and just do some other little bits because the wall's not the same thickness all the way through, so I've got to do like an extendable stop, I guess. I've got to think about that now actually. So I'm going to get that done now, and then I'll also do this little snippet which I just promised you I'm going to show you filming. Now you listen to me talk, so now if you're new, you know what the channel's about. It's about me talking. Get ready. Didn't take very long, did it? It's not really much of a surprise actually. I suppose you can probably tell what it is. Basically made like a little glue bag. I actually got this Stanley tote bag, I think you call them, don't you? I actually got this free in a raffle from Toolstation last year, or this year actually. Yeah, but what I shall be doing is I shall be keeping loads of miter mates in there. Got filling knives, some So I've just got to work out my compartments. I'm just going to use it for a bit, but I'll probably have that for filling knives, Mitemates all in the bits all the way around, have like a spare knife and scissors in there, fillers, just a random just a general purpose PVA, leftover catalyst, stuff like that. You can keep them because you always seem to lose them. Well, I do anyway, don't make you. Masking tape. These are like, this is where it's really coming into its own, because like years ago, I had a silicone rack in the van, which I brought it actually. I brought it for the transit. And then when I switched vans, I sort of mackled it into shape in that van. And it just always annoyed me because you quite often want 2 or 3 different silicons on a job. So you're going backwards and forwards to the van anyway. And it doesn't really work with that van because of where it was. You had to sort of climb in to sort of get to it. But with this, I can take this on the job. I can still keep, I could probably still get 5 or 6 grip fills, well, you know, polymer adhesives that everyone uses now rather than grip fill. 5 or 6 of those in there. Then I could have a couple of corks. Could keep things like this. This is that epoxy 2-part external, what do you call it, filler. Then you got things in there like you got like a plumber's gold thing. This polyurethane glue. It's handy to have that. You know, you don't want to throw it because it's like 10, probably 13 quid a tube or something. And you got silicons, you don't really want to throw them, but it's just nice to have them once they've opened somewhere where you're going to actually use them. I've tried different things over the years. And also you can have little compartments for your sealant tools as well. And I'll put them in the pocket. I think I'll put all the nozzles for that in the pocket. Just got to use it for a bit to work it out. Yeah, but what was I going to say? Yeah, I just think, yeah, it's going to pay off because I've tried different systems. I've tried whacking them all in a sustainer because, as you know, I like to keep everything in sustainers. So I just like them stacked in the van or in the drawers. But the problem is when the sustainer's shut, and I'm actually going to change my toolboxes back to this, I'm going to buy the open sustainers because as soon as you shut your toolbox, you can't really remember what's in there. And you don't really ever want your toolbox shut or like something like that shut. But yeah, obviously you couldn't just have them laying loose because you wouldn't know what was there. Now they're all standing up and I can see what's there. The only problem is I probably should have made that a bit shorter so I could actually see what was there, but I've done it now, I'm not doing it again. Right, so we're going to load up now. We're going to load up for tomorrow's job, which is basically a frame and that, which is in the spray room. I'm going to go get that. That's had a few hours drying now. And I've put the doors back on the van. I actually chopped out the hinges in the end. I wasn't going to. Bit risky chopping the lock out, but I did it. But I didn't have it. I had to order it from Amazon because it's black. They want everything black on these doors. Right, so we'll go there, sort that out in the morning. I've got another little job to do in the morning tomorrow as well, which I might not bring you along for.
Okay, good morning. It's Thursday morning. Just got to the job. I'm fairly confident I can film. Obviously, I'll ask. It's very likely that they'll probably say, I've just got an impression they're going to go, yeah, you can film, but don't get me in it or whatnot. So if that's the case, I'll just wait you straight on time lapse, which is a shame because it's going to be quite an easy day, to be fair. Although, why did I just say that? Why would you say that, Matt? But it should be an easy day. I've done a lot of prep work on this. It is essentially just hanging a set of double doors. I can probably hang 4 to 5 doors a day quite comfortably. Obviously it varies on the frames and things, but with this one I'm putting the frames in, so that's going to take a bit longer. To be honest with you, I personally feel like hanging a set of double doors takes a little bit longer than hanging 2 single doors. Whether I'm right or not, I just do, because you've got the in-wind sort of element to consider, getting them in wind to each other. I'm just really fussy with that. I like it to be bang on. Sometimes the doors can be a bit bowed. Anyway, this one's pretty straightforward. The only thing that is a problem is the wall is bent and it's not like parallel all the way around. So that would be what you would call not in wind. If you look straight down it as a straight line, one of the legs would be kicking out a bit at the bottom or at the top or what have you. In this case, I think the wall is just a variance of thicknesses because it never had doors in. And there's an archway. Now, I sort of remember putting some of these arches in. They're quite straightforward. They're either like a straw board or they're ply with like chop blocks in, like timber blocking. So yeah, it's going to be pretty straightforward to take out, but I don't really know what's there until I get going. And frustratingly, I've had to order a part which hopefully I'll go through for the doors, and it's not due to turn up till 2:15, so I'm going to be here late, but it'll be an easy day. Right, yeah, so I'll jump in. Hopefully I'll be able to go through it, but if not, I've just done it, in which case, if you're watching this, then you know that I'm going to whack you straight on time lapse, because I've probably done two. I will have done, it's Thursday morning. Gonna go on time lapse, I think. Right, that's all done. I've had a mare. Basically, I preempted it yesterday, but it was a bit late to get something. A standard 2.5 back set lock, 2.5 inch, would mean that it would, well, obviously it would go on that way, so say it was going there. It would almost interfere. That's actually just overspray with the protection. It's hard to see. It's actually, that is actually causing me loads of problems. I'm trying to see where I've got to chisel out. I just can't see anything. As soon as you look at it, it's black. But basically, it would hit the glass when you drill it out. Same here. If I just show you there, might be nice. Thought that might be better. But basically, yeah, if you fit that, A, you'd end up hitting the glass when you drilled it out, and B, the handle would not be where it should be. Quite often they're not in the middle. You get 2.5 and a 3-inch backset as standard. So this one's a 2.5 of the existing door. That's not in the middle. If you use the 3, I dare say it still wouldn't be in the middle. I'd like to know why. Someone knows, tell me. But yeah, so I had to order last night off Amazon a 35mm backset one to get this handle to land in the middle. You can just about see it's almost in the middle, pretty close. But the upshot of that was it didn't fit a standard spindle, the one I got, so I had to grind the spindle down, and it didn't have a black faceplate, so I had to grind the back of that to get this existing faceplate to work, and do a little bit of dremeling around here because this is a shaped latch. All of that, believe it or not, took me ages, and I was waiting for Amazon man to drop it off. But I've got it on, I've got it done. The other big problem I had is, so you see I foamed and packed the frame. These are plant-on stops that I machined yesterday, and I machined the other pieces yesterday a lot thinner because I needed to make sure that I'm working around the existing carpet I had to cut. So I couldn't come too far in, so I reduced the frame because I didn't know what I was going to foam. I took the archway out, and then this bit here is basically was done deeper, and I've had to shape it in. You can see I've started planing it in because, believe it or not, that wall has got a big bend. It's 155 in width there, the wall, by the time I cut through. 135 there, 145 up there. I can't remember what it was down there, and it's also not level, so it's not in wind. So I've had loads of fun and games getting that right, which is why you'll see it took me a while, but you know, it looks good, margins are good. Unfortunately I can't really, I've left it a little bit because these doors measure 685 and they should measure 686, so they might expand a little bit. Sometimes they do, they might expand a bit, so I've given it, it's about 3mm, might even be 4, but 3 packers in the middle anyway. And I've cut him and primed a pair maker. So if you want to, you can put a pair maker on like a strip, but the doors didn't come with it. So yeah, that's it really. Job done, got to tidy up now, go to have football. And I will show you as well, I put a flush bolt on. This is a game changer, this flush bolt. Actually a really good, really nice mechanism. And I'm going to show you that before the end of the video. Because if you're fitting flush bolts, buy these ones, they're brilliant. Right, see you later. Right, good morning. It's Friday morning, and I'm on a new job. Well, it's an old job to me. I've actually done quite a lot of work at this house. It's in the village. We agreed the bedroom furniture last night for the next week's work, so I'm sort of still on that infill sort of stage. I might even need another day Monday to infill. Like I said, I can always bring jobs forward. So this is an existing house that I've worked on. I actually built these alcove units, tops, floating shelves, mantle to match, and actually, yeah, put these little LED lights in. That's the Hayfley system as well, actually, with the light ropes that I used to use. I was talking about. So they're up and down, these lights. They shine up and down. They're almost like they're a bar down the back. How easy it is to see. Yeah. I've actually still left the protection tape on, oh my word. Yeah, but yeah. So they sort of like, as if you can see, there's like another bit of oak at the back, and then there's like a little trim with the LED in, and then this bit of oak there. Yeah, and then if I remember rightly, these are cupboards. Yeah, they're cupboards, and I think this one was open. Yeah, that's just open because there's loads of gumph in there, and they were going to put logs in there, I believe. Anyway, I've done all the doors, done the stairs, and I actually built this extension as well. And this is, how do we get them on? There we go. And that's what happens when a chippy does your skylights and your extension. And you plaster it, I plastered it as well. Crisp as you like. Yeah? Nice straight lines, that's what we like. Anyway, it's not what I'm here for. Thank God. You always worry when the existing customer rings you up, you know. But yeah, so these stairs, by the way, were absolute. If anyone's ever done these, I went over the top with a polyurethane glue. Did them ages ago as well, and I can still, even looking at them just gives me nightmares. I think I was on it for about half a day getting rid of the glue. What I've got to do today is make this bigger.
I'm not looking forward to it, if I'm honest, because I've got to make sure that I clear this, which doesn't look likely at the moment. But yeah, so first job, I'll make this bigger and put a ladder in basically, and hope the ladder, I've done my measurements, calculations, it does work, but I'm trying to do it without having any damage to the ceiling. I've got a horrible feeling it's lath and plaster. I haven't done any work upstairs other than rehang these doors. How many hinges do you use? 3. I don't know why. I don't know why I use 3, because I don't think you need 3 for them doors. I'm a firm believer in you only need 3 for a bathroom and airing cupboard, but trouble is, once you put 3 on one, this one I couldn't put 3 on, which is why I don't like putting 3 on, because of the bloody shape of it. It's got a big shape like that, and anyone that knows, that means when it's open, it actually causes the hinge to bind, same as that one, but these ones have got 3 on. Yeah, so it's a funny one really. It's should you put 3 on, should you or not? And then we've got the existing, it's got 3 on. Not sure why it's not existing extension. Not sure why I'm showing you how many hinges I put on my door. Oh God, soon go off on one, don't you, Matt? Right, got a sheet up now. I've really got to be quick. Got a couple of appointments and I've got to nip off early, so I just hope this goes well, because if not, they're going to have a big hole over the weekend. It's going to be cold. Right, let's go.
Oh my word. That was a nightmare. It's about 2:30, finished. I've got to be really, really quick because I've literally just pulled back on the drive. That was only around the corner for me. And my wife's getting ready, got to go out. So 2 things I'll show you. So yesterday's job, this is the flush bolt I used. So anyone that fits flush bolts, you'll notice there's something slightly different about that. Now, apologies if you know this, but I didn't know that you could buy them like this. Completely square. Off Amazon. I think most of the people that are buying them don't know that either, because although they're called flush bolts, most of the reviews are people screwing them straight to a door on the face. going, oh, they're quite nice, but they're a bit bulky. Well, no, you're supposed to chop them in. So that's what you get with reviews on Amazon, I suppose, though, don't you? So I'll put a link up there. But basically, really nice mechanism. If you don't know, the main reason why that's good is because you can just do one big square mortise, and that will just fit nicely in. Whereas some of the flush bolts, you've got to leave a little bit of a lip for it to seat on for essentially this piece and that bit to sit on. It's not really that complicated, but they never go straight in. You know, you have to offer them in and out, I find, and clean them out a little bit, because also that's all more or less, it's a bit more well sealed for the actual mechanism. Anyway, that's number one. Number two, that job, all fine, all done. I had a nightmare. You might have seen me shooting the joist, planing something off the joists. There were doubled up joists as they were, and they were just packers. So, and it's spanning from two small walls, but I probably didn't come across on the time. That's how small that landing is. It's smaller than normal as well, because a little bit of background info for you. When I done the extension, when we had the drawings done, it was noted that the landing wall, the stair wall, is like 115 mil narrower, which makes the stairs really narrow, because the bloke that used to live there apparently was a DJ, and he used to, he soundproofed all the walls. So the upstairs landing and the stairs, like, I mean, he done it himself, obviously, because we're talking like 115 mil worth of soundproofing on the wall. Yeah, so that made that really hard work. A couple of other little things. I did blow a bit of the plasterboard out. If it was laughing plaster, I'd have been bollocks, to be honest with you. I don't know what I was thinking. Thank God it was plasterboard. It's all hunky-dory. Put an extra grab rail in. Right, little insert for you. Just because I didn't, it's going to add something in now that I realised. I just got back in the house and realised I didn't say it on the recording. Normally, when you do those loft hatch rings, I don't do a lot of them, or I haven't done, but basically, you you expect to screw it, you know, drop it in with the door on and screw it all in. But I couldn't open the door from the inside, so it meant I couldn't do it, and obviously I wouldn't be able to get out. And there was no one with me, so I would have just locked myself in the loft. So I had to take it all apart, then fit it, then put the door back on. So that took a little bit longer. Anyway, done. This is on the screen. That's what I'm doing next week. Got to agree that at the weekend, just a couple of dimensions, but I'll be straight on it. I might even go pick the materials up so I can just jump on it, or I'll just bring something forward for Monday, Tuesday. We'll see. Sorry it wasn't the usual format. Obviously I've been away. Also I didn't film a little bit of what I did this week, which is a bit naughty. I mean, I don't always film everything, but I film most jobs. Anyway, have a good weekend. Thanks for watching. See you later. Like and subscribe.